Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to 15 Good Minutes. As always, it's your guy, Coach B. I'm here with one half of the A-team. Hey, JR, what's going on, buddy?
Ain't nothing, man. Enjoying this summer-like weather on Sunday.
Weather's weird, man. It's weird. I'm telling you, we had a day last week. It was near 80. 2 days later, it was in the 20s. Today was the mid 70s. Tomorrow it's not going to be. I'm just trying to keep from catching a cold or whatever. I'm trying to keep dressing like it's regular winter, even though welcome to March. And if you remember way back when we started talking about the seasons, I was like, I just want to get to March, because if I get to March, even if it does snow, it ain't going to be much. So we got through this entire winter snow free, which is
we had a little bit, teeny bit.
Nothing that made you even think about shutting down schools and not going to work.
Man, I bought a snowblower last year or the year before that. I had to even take it out.
Still a good investment, especially if you bought it in the off season. Trust me, a time is going to come, but this whole weather thing could be a direct result of the whole global warming thing. And, I don't know. I'm good with it. March to September is my favorite 6 months of the year, just because of the weather.
Yep.
So yeah, we're recording the show today, and we're absent of Freddie. I'm thinking he's sleeping somewhere, napping, whatever. He missed the call in, and we all three of us are coaches, and we all got a game plan, and we execute the game plan. So we will catch Freddie when he comes back. Be well, my brother. Today, what I want to do, JR, is just kind of talk a little bit about basketball. I'm gonna start off with some NCAA stuff, because going into this weekend and next week, the conference championships are played, and there's, you and I were talking off air, there's way too many conferences to dissect, but I want to get your opinion on a couple of the big ones, and then I got a couple of NBA updates that we're going to throw out there, and then see what's what. So for the regular season, some schools have already won their because in the NCAA you can win the regular season for your conference, but not win the
overall.
Yeah, the playoffs. So it's interesting that you could have two different champions. So, I'm going to take a look at some of the bigger conferences out here and tell you who's in front. And then all I want you to do is let me know if you think that's what I'm looking for today are the teams that won the regular season conference the odds-on favorite to also win their conference tournament. So we're not talking about the NCAA round of 64. We're just looking at the conference playoffs and who's in it and who isn't. So we're going to start off with the ACC, because that's where my beloved Tar Heels ride, and I don't have a lot to say about the Tar Heels, but I'll tell you right now, our buddy, Coach Larranaga down in Miami, has got Miami playing really well, right? And another guy that we've been following who is struggling for so many years is doing so well. You got to tip your cap to Coach Capel up at Pittsburgh, because they were the dog of the league for a long time. And right now, as we're recording, we got a three-way tie for first place: Miami, University of Virginia, and Pittsburgh. Of those three, do you see one or another that you think is going to end up winning the ACC conference tournament? Or somebody that I haven't mentioned in the ACC just coming in and getting it done?
I know that Miami's, they got a little 27 games or whatever it is that they won, but I still like Virginia.
We were talking about this at work today. UVA is just kind of strange. They go in these spurts, and I like Coach Bennett, and I like his style. When they're winning, they look good, but then they lose some games that you just can't call. So I'm tracking you giving. So you basically saying you think UVA is going to win the conference championship tournament?
Yes, and you said you give Coach Bennett a lot of credit, and that credit is really due, because he's a really good coach.
But in some of these conference tournaments, you're going to need to win that tournament to get into the round of 64. And I honestly think that's the case for my beloved Tar Heels. They're having a down year. So for the ACC, you're going with UVA. I'm going to go with Larranaga and say that Miami's going to hang on, but I'm not disappointed with any of those top three. I'm going to move you over now to the Big 12, which I find very interesting, because in one slot you got Kansas, then you got three teams that are right behind them: Kansas State, Baylor, and Texas. One, can Kansas win the conference tournament? And then I'm going to throw this out there, even though I said I wasn't going to talk NCAA tournament. could they be a repeat NCAA
Yes.
champion? Those are two different questions. You don't have to win. They don't have to win their conference tournament to. They're going to be in the dance.
I think they can win both, though.
I believe that the top three are going to be in there, and I think the team to watch. I think K-State is the team to watch, but I'm going with the favorite. I'm going to go with Kansas too. I think it's theirs to lose. Now, here's an interesting one for you because I'm biased, but I'm going to just let you have it. The Big East. We could have an entire show about how Georgetown lost this week by like 40 or 50, but that's not where I'm going.
Okay.
Our guy, Coach Shaka Smart, just won the Big East regular season. Couldn't be happier for him. They're in the one slot. Right behind him, you got Xavier, Providence, and Creighton. And let's not discount UConn. I did not mention Villanova because I don't think they can win it all.
No, I don't either.
Fair enough. So of those top guys in the Big East, is someone new going to be the champion for you, or do you think it's going to shape up the way it is right now and leading into this last weekend of play?
I like Xavier. Shaka can do it, but I don't know. It's going to be tough.
I think 2 years. I think the program turnaround at Marquette in 2 years to me is a testament to just how good of a guy he is, how good of a coach he is. Couldn't be happier for him. He's got that program, rocking. I'm going to ride with him. We're going to have a different conversation in a couple of weeks when we know who's in around the 64 and, where he's going to be. But I'm going to ride with him and say that Marquette's going to win the Big East tournament, the conference tournament, as well as the regular season. A couple other ones that I wanted to look at with you was Big Ten. I bring this one up because I know a few weeks ago I told you that, I didn't see anybody stopping Purdue. Well, they've been kind of struggling. I think struggling, or maybe I put too much expectations on them. But I'm going to give you what we got right here in the Big Ten. Purdue's in the one slot. Michigan has really been playing well. They came up. Indiana, Northwestern, Maryland, and Iowa. All right, so I'm going to say that again. Right now, riding at the top. You got one, Purdue, but right behind them, you got Michigan, Indiana, Northwestern, Maryland, and Iowa. Who you got in the Big Ten?
I like Indiana.
Fair enough. JR's going Indiana. I'm gonna stick with Purdue because that's where I went. I'm hoping that they kind of, for lack of a better term, shook the rust off. Got those bad wins out of their system. I think this is their best shot. And if they don't get it here, I don't know if they will. So, JR, the next one that I have for you, probably the next to last one that I'm going to give you is the American Athletic Conference, the AAC. Houston Cougars are sitting in the one slot at 15-1. Everybody else is at least 3 games behind them, but the closest one is Memphis. Anybody you see in the AAC that's going to knock Houston out of their conference tournament?
No, I don't think so. They're like 27 or something, man. Them dudes.
27-2 overall, 15-1 in the conference. When you look at the current streaks, like they show you the win streak, they're on a 9-game
winning streak. And even outside of the division, they don't have a losing record, both inside and outside. Those dudes, they're playing some good ball.
I think they are too. I think we have to give it to them. Most of those conferences, championship will be done on that particular Saturday. 1 or 2 will be on Sunday. So a week from this Sunday will be Selection Sunday. It's an exciting time. And for the teams that know they got to get that dub or get in the championship game to be considered for the tournament, I think you're going to see them cats laying it out. Before I wrap up, JR, a couple quick things on the NBA I want to get your thoughts on. We've now had some time where, you've had a chance to see Kyrie Irving playing in Dallas. Any immediate thoughts? Is it working? Do they need more time? You like what you see? What's going on?
I think they need more time. I think that Kyrie doesn't have to step in and be the guy. Luka's been doing a great job. You know what I'm saying? So it looks to me like he just needs to come in and just see where he fits in and try to mesh with Luka.
In a similar vein, coming from formerly from Brooklyn, you also we finally got to see KD play his first game in Phoenix. I thought he looked good. What were your thoughts on him?
The game that I saw, he did look good. When he comes to that team, he doesn't have to say I'm the guy. He's dominant anyway.
I actually think he's better when he's not the guy.
Yes.
When he went to Golden
that weight
State.
off him.
Right. You had guys in front of you. He was happy with that. He's now in Phoenix. When you look at that lineup they got, if they're healthy and he's happy with Chris Paul at the point, Chris likes to share the ball. They have, Andre Ayton in the middle. You got a great shooting guard. So I know it's a very early sample size, but if I had to compare those two right now, I think KD is a better fit in Phoenix more so than I think Kyrie is a fit in Dallas.
Yes.
Could be
definitely.
wrong, but we'll
Definitely.
see. Lastly, we had some conversation you and I did along with Freddie before about whether or not the Lakers can make the playoff. I didn't think they could. Are the Lakers playoff shots done now with the most recent injury to LeBron James?
I'm not going to say they're done. People have got to step up for the Lakers.
I don't know if they got enough people who can step up that much. They're significantly behind. And I mean, that's a lot of games to make up. And you're in a conference that everybody else is playing,
well. Oh, my goodness. Well. Denver, all these guys are playing great.
Correct. So I personally think that the amount of games that he's going to be out, I think they're done for the year. Before we go out, JR, you got anything to say in our segment? I got something
to say. Only I got to say is shout out to Oxon Hill basketball and shout out to Largo basketball, both Coach Howard and Coach Rodney Ward, doing a great job. Keep it up, guys.
Absolutely. Freddie normally has I got something to say. In his absence, I got something to say this week. And it's about things that people say. So bear with me. There are things that are done that I think cause, I'll say Americans, could be others, to say more than what's necessary. Now, a couple years ago, on a previous version of the podcast, I kind of went on a rant about the term like. I don't like the way the word like is being inserted in sentences. I was going to go to the store and then I got to this red light and then when I got to the store and I met my grocer, he told me it drove me nuts, but I lost that rant because people apparently still say that. So today's I got something to say is about two different things. I'm tired of two terms. The first term is to your point. I'm so tired of people saying to your point. When did this become a thing? If me and JR are in a conversation and JR tells me his opinion and I agree with him or not, I can just dive right into my opinion. Why do I have to say to your point and then say that? That's saying too much. We need to stop doing that. The second phrase I got a problem with is to be honest with you. What the hell does that mean? Should I assume that if you don't say that, you're lying to me? Or do we now have to tell everybody every time we're saying something, it's to be honest with you? We add more words than we need. I need to assume that whomever I'm speaking with believes that they're honest. Just say what you got to say, or go the other way and say, hey, Russ, I'm really lying to you right now. Do something. But these two phrases of late have been driving me nuts. And honestly, we see it here. I've heard it on this show. I know the three of us have said it. I'm focusing on not saying it. I don't have it in here, but I'm creating the equivalent of a swear jar. So anytime anybody that's in listening range or YouTube range of this show hears somebody say, to be honest with you, I want to get $1 in the virtual jar. Or when somebody says, to your point, I want to get $1 in the virtual jar. We need to stop making sentences longer than they need to be. Say what you got to say. I got something to say today. I don't know if you guys agree, but that's what's on my mind right now.
To your point.
With that, exactly, $1 in the jar for JR. With that, we really do appreciate you guys taking the time to rock with us and hang out. We hope you enjoy March Madness as much as we do. We've got so much more content coming, especially in the month of March. We look forward to seeing you guys next week. Take care.
Later.